Uh-oh. We'll try that again. Happy Wednesday, friends. I'm glad that you're able to join me this evening, whether that be on the replay or whether that be live. Um, my name is Robin, and I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations, and I'm also an independent designer with Chalk Couture. Once you hop on this evening, say hi in the comments. Tell me where you're watching from, where you are in the country. I am in central Kansas, right smack dab in the middle of the state. So let me know where you're watching from. I am live in 3 locations this evening. I'm live on my Facebook business page. I'm live on my YouTube channel, and I'm also live in my private Facebook group. And I tell you that in case you see someone, or if you hear me refer to someone else's comment that you don't see in your comment feed, that person may be viewing and commenting from a different platform. If you are watching from my private Facebook group, please give StreamYard access to your profile name and pic by clicking the link in the description of the video. If you don't click that link, then you show up as Facebook user in my comments, and I don't know who to say hi to. So let's go to the comments and see who has said hi. Jason is watching from the other side of the door, and I see that my friend Bonita is on. Welcome. And I see Adia is on as well. Welcome. So I think since I already have some friends on, I'm going to flip the camera, and we are going to, so that I can show you what my project is going to be. So if you looked at the cart link in the description of the video, you saw, and if you saw the thumbnail, you see that I was going to create this lemon garland. It is the Chalkmade lemon garland, and it comes with everything that you see on this side of the table. So you get your instructions. You get this exclusive transfer that only comes in this kit. And my suggestion is anytime that there is a kit, buy it, because that is the only way to for right now, it is the only way to get these lemon cutouts, and it is the only way to get this transfer. And you can use this transfer on other things besides just these cutouts. Like they would be cute on like some scrap denim or canvas, and you can make them into stuffies. I see that Ashley's hopped on. Welcome. You can these would be cute on, I redesign on one of those glass container candles, so these lemons would be really cute for the summer season on that candle. So my suggestion and my tip is to make sure that you always get the kits, because that's the only way to get the exclusive transfers. So you get the instructions, you get the transfers. It comes with 7 of these wood slices, and you can chalk on them front to back, or these are the whole lemons. You get 6 of the lemon slices, which coordinate with this particular portion of the transfer. You get 3 paste singles. You get a meadow and 2 bumblebee paste singles. You get your twine. You get a squeegee. You get 2 chalk color trays. And then you also get some ribbon. So you get kind of a canvas, looks like a linen ribbon. You get a gold ribbon. You get a kind of a green and cream gingham. You get an ivory rickrack, and you get the cutest yellow pom-pom ribbon. And then you can also, another tip is, if you want to buy the lemon kit but you want to make more than one garland, I would suggest either buying the tags, because you could put this Hello Sunshine on the tag. You could put the wood slice. You could even put like half of the lemon hanging off of one side on the tags. If you don't want the tags, they did bring back the paper board pennant banners that were in the Be Merry pennant kit. So you could supplement along with these. You could even hang the lemon from the pennant, but adding the paper pennants, say that 4 times, and the tags will allow you to make more additional banners than just what's available. I hope that made sense. I also happen, you know how much I love my fabric strips and bandanas, so I happen to find a lemon bandana and then one of my favorite green bandanas that I'm going to add to it, and it matches perfect with all of the ribbon and the chalk paste. Well, I save my paste singles to make sample packets, so I'm going to put those away, and I'm going to use my Bumblebee and my Meadow chalk paste. So let's put all that to the side. Okay, so let's get our instructions. So it does come with its exclusive reusable silk screen transfer. These are reusable about 8 to 12 times, depending on how well you take care of them. Because they are reusable and because they are also sticky backed, we need to make sure that we note the back side so that after I'm done cleaning, I know which side is the back side of my carrier sheet, and I know that this transfer goes on this carrier sheet, and that I need to put my transfer on this side when I'm finished. You'll also notice that this transfer has lines. Those are suggested cut or score lines. Because of the way I store my transfers, I prefer not to cut them. The only time I do cut them is if some of the B's and C transfers, once you cut them apart, I actually store my transfers based on what size of surface they fit on. So size A transfers and all of the mini icons will go in the same binder because they go on the same surface. Like this one, I could cut up because I could put it in with my 5x7s, but I'm going to leave it together for this evening. So I'm just going to score my transfer. And so I lifted up a portion of my transfer, and I'm just going to run my scissors along that cut line, and I'm just going to score it apart. Like if you've looked through the Chalk Couture catalog and you've seen some of the size C transfers that are made for the 5x5 box frames, I will usually eventually cut those apart because I store those in with my 5x7 size A transfers. That way when customers are looking through a certain book, they know that all of those transfers will fit on a specific sized surface. I hope that makes sense. That was where I was headed, but it took me a long way to get there. Okie doke. So we have 2 patterns of lemons and 2 patterns of leaves, and I'm not going to do all of these, so don't fret. I think we're going to do an odd amount. So I have 3 of the slices, and I may just do, and I'll just do 2 of the, we'll do 3 of the lemons and 2 of the slices. Gosh, my brain and my mouth are not connecting this evening. Okay, so the next, it says, peel the transfer backer sheet off of the element you're using first. And then it says, fuzz the transfer by gently placing it on the fuzzing cloth, or you can use any terry cloth towel. So because these are wooden and they're slightly rough, I don't want my sticky transfer to pull all of the wood fibers up off of this. Oops, I forgot to cut that part off of this wood slice. So I'm going to fuzz my transfer. Did I cut this piece too? Yep. So we'll start with this piece. So fuzzing is just putting your transfer on a terry cloth towel or your pants or your shirt or your couch and just putting it on there a few times and pulling it off so that I'm transferring some of the lint off of this towel onto the backside so it is not so sticky. You don't want it to be so sticky that it pulls any of those wood fibers up when you go to remove the transfer. You also don't want it to stick so hard to this wooden surface that it stretches or distorts the transfer. I'm just going to hold it up. I do think I don't want to have very much of I don't want any white edges. So I'm trying to make sure that I get my transfer lined up with with the slice. Okay, I cannot. Sorry, words are hard this evening. So I'm just going to get a couple of squeegees. So I'm just going to dip it in my squeegee into the bumblebee paste. And I think so I'm just, first of all, I need to make sure that my transfer is down. There's a lot of silk screen here, so I want to make sure I don't have any bumps or bubbles. And I also am going to use kind of a light hand. Ashley says she's back. Your husband called. So I'm just going to drag my squeegee down the silk screen material. And because there is a lot of silk screen and not a lot of adhesive, I'm going to try to use a light hand. So that I don't pucker the transfer while I'm dragging my squeegee across it. Like right there, there's a little bubble. And you can hear when you have a bubble because it'll kind of pop. So now I'm just removing all of my squeegee lines, removing all of the excess because I can put it back in my jar. And I'm going to lay that on my towel. Give it a spray. Then I have a booger of some chalk paste in that hole. I'm just going to take my detail tool and pick it up and stick it back in my jar. Yes, I am that frugal. I'm going to save every last bit. So I'm just going to set this to the side and let it mostly dry on its own, and then we'll grab another shape. So how's everyone's week going? We're halfway to another weekend. Can't wait for Saturday. I wish the weekends were longer. So I'm just fuzzing this again. Picked up an aminal hair. Turn that around. And actually, these are kind of directional. So you have to be kind of careful what side of the slice you go on because, well, they're not the same. Yeah, that doesn't work. Ashley asks, what do I have on Saturday? I have a Quarter Mania on Saturday. It's a fundraiser for a local twirling club here in town. I haven't been to a Quarter Mania in forever. I'm excited. I love Quarter Manias. But yeah, that's what I have Saturday. Do you have anything going on? And then Jason says 5-day weekend and a 2-day work week. Yes, please. Okay, so I'm just going to burnish this down. This one has a little bit more adhesive in the inside, so it will work better. I don't have to be as light-handed. Ashley says she has you have soccer and tennis on Saturday. And Emma's in tennis, right? Or are they both in soccer? Or is just Jessa in soccer? I love tennis. I'm not very good at it, but I can at least do a decent volley. I tried to take Dane once, but he wanted to play all 4 courts at the same time, and that wasn't very fun. So you can hear me spraying these. I have to do a little disclaimer. I missed the memo, from last year maybe, that they have re-engineered the transfers. They used to be a chemical-based transfer, and now they are a water-based transfer. So I've always soaked my transfers, and I don't soak them for like an hour at a time, although when I did the bulletin board the other day, some of those transfers were in there for almost an hour, but that one was also an old school transfer. But I was watching a couple of really old videos from some other designers yesterday, not really old, they were from last year, and where they were talking about the transfers being re-engineered, and they said because they're water-based, do not soak them, which I know Ashley, you always say don't soak them, and I don't soak mine a whole lot, but if I do have a long project, then they are in the water for a while. So I'm going to try Ashley's, the way she does it. I do have a water tub right here to clean them off afterwards, but I've sprayed them to keep them wet until I'm ready for them. So just a little disclaimer and word of caution. If you've been with me a while and you've known that I've soaked my transfers, don't do what I do. Don't soak them for a long time. I would think like 5 minutes would be fine, but okay, so I've used both of those pattern transfers, and I'm going to cheat now. I happen to have my Christmas tree patterns that I have not put away since Christmas. They were just in a big stack. So I'm actually going to use one for a third pattern. That needs to be thrown away because that's out. But I'm going to tape off this leaf right there. I'm going to try to find some more transfer tape, replacement tape. Ashley says Jessa is in soccer and Emma is in tennis. Oops. I think that's fun that they have all those options, although I'm kind of glad that Dane did not choose an outdoor sport. I'm kind of glad that he chose bowling because it was heated and cooled when it needed to be. I'm not for sure I could have sat out all summer and on the ball fields. Okay, so I'm cheating. I pulled out one of my Christmas tree patterns. And you can use the mini buffalo plaid. You can use any, if you have any of the pumpkin patterns, the house patterns. There's so many. So pull out all your pattern transfers. That's another tip. Even if you don't like, per se, some of the transfers, some of them make great background patterns. And I like to make my wooden earrings out of all the patterns. So another helpful tip. Ashley says you need to buy this kit. And do I have any upcoming workshops? I don't have any planned. I have a friend who reached out to me from Harrington. There's a little vendor shop there, and so I need to get some price lists to her. I hope to start up I know May's a terrible month, so I think I'm going to start back up in June, unless I do some in late May. And then Ashley also says both girls are doing softball this year. I'm so happy that they are on the same team. I heard you say that. Yeah, that'll be a lot less running around, and they can help each other. So I'm just using this pattern from the Christmas tree cutouts. Just spreading the chalk paste around. Don't be afraid to pull out all those patterns. That was pretty. I like that one. Okay, so I need to move some stuff around over here. I'm just going to spray those down. And I think while these are drying, I'm going to wash all of these. And I have a new camera angle. And I'm not trying to be fancy. I really like to show off how easy everything is to clean. That's kind of why I always bring a tub in here. So I set a camera up. I have my tub right beside me, and I set a camera up so that I can show you how easy it is to clean everything. So I'm just wiping my tools off with the baby wipe for right now. That way I have less to clean up later. And while those are drying, we're going to switch cameras here. It's not going to be the prettiest view, but so I have my little tub of water right here, and I have this transfer that I have sprayed off. I'm going to put it in my water. In fact, I'm just going to put both of them in my water so that I get more room. So I have a board eraser here. And these not only work great to wash your boards, but they also work great to wash your transfers. So I've got my board eraser wet, and I'm just going to wipe the front side off with the board eraser. That gets all that paste off the front side. And I'm going to wipe it off the back. So that transfer is clean. Same way with this one. I'm going to wipe off the front side. And the back side. And then I'm just laying them front side or sticky side up. So I'm going to put this down, paste side down, and kind of scrub it. Get some of that paste off so I don't have to do so much wiping. And then I'm just going to use the board eraser to wipe off that side of the transfer. Same way with this one. So I'm just going to lay them on the towel and let them hang out a little bit. And then swap camera angles. Oh, wrong one. That works. Too many buttons. Okie doke. So now I've ran out of towel room. Okay, so I just need to do a little bit of readjusting here. So I'm just going to let those dry, sticky side up, while I'm working. And then we will pull our lemons back in and see if they're dry. Not quite. So I'm going to get my quick dry tool and try to get some of those dry. That one's dry. That one is not. How's everybody doing? Okay. Let's take the tape off of this one. Okay, so now let's grab our transfer. We'll grab one of the leaves. Okay, so I'm going to do one of these twice. Although, yeah, I don't want that one. So we'll do one of these twice, and then we'll do Ashley says she loves the patterns. Bonita says she really likes the one with the plattish transfer. This one, that's from the Christmas tree pattern. Okie doke. I think I want the smaller print, the polka dot on these two, and then I'll use the mostly green one on that one. I'm just going to line these up as best as I can. Nope. These are pretty much one directional. So if you wanted to do the back side, you would have to figure out something else. You could even flip the transfer over, but that's kind of, it's not the easiest. Okay, so I'm just going to grab let's grab one of these longer, skinny ones. So I'm just dipping this into the meadow. And don't mind my meadow, it's a little lumpy. There was a point in time, I think last year, that they were all looked like cottage cheese when they came in. So I'm going to try to get as good of a clean scrape as I can. That way I can put it back down on this transfer, or on this lemon, without making a huge mess. And guess what? I think I did this one. I did this one upside down. Yep, I did that one upside down. So we'll just improvise. So make sure when you place these that you're placing them right, because these are not, the transfers are not, they only match up with one side. Well, we're just going to improvise a bit. That one doesn't have enough pattern in it. So we'll just pull. Well, that one's going to be all wet. Let's see what I have back here in my bag of tricks. Let's see if I can find a patterned transfer that will work. Oops. I'll just use that. Good old herringbone. Jason said that's too cute. We'll see if I'll just place try to match up as much of that pattern as we can. Got a little tiny bit of lemon showing right there. We'll get it worked out. So just be careful which side you're chalking first because it matters in the end. I kind of like that one anyway. Let's dry that real quick before I put that one back down. Probably not green enough, but oh, well. Okay, so let's place this one. Right there. And we'll get a little bit more tape. Okay, so now we'll just get, okay. We'll just do what we can and improvise. Oops. Okay, so we'll stick that one over there. Oh, so there's that one. And then all my junk over here. Then we'll get the last one. So I'm just going to fuzz it a few times. I did the same thing again. Pooper scooper. Let's just see how easy that is to do. Okay, so I'm just going to flip the transfer over. I'm going to tape my lemon down so that it doesn't move. I've seen this done. Haven't done it myself. I think a lot of designers did this when the deer cutout transfers first came out because they didn't have a backside. I probably should have done this on the other one. Okay, pray, cross your fingers, cross your toes. So I'm going to hold most of it down as I go. So that it doesn't slip, because there's not much holding it down. But once I get paste on it, that kind of acts as a glue, so we're good there. Okay, I just have to unstick my fingers. Worked perfect. Just got to be a little bit more careful. Okay, stick that over there. Now I have green paste everywhere. Okay, got that one done. Let's bring, I don't remember how these went on there. Did it go this way? That I don't remember. Need to make a little bit of room over here, so I'm going to bring these over. Okay, so now I'm going to spray my green pieces. Try to keep them moist, wet. And then we'll move on to the 2 slices that we're going to do. So you could make these lemons or limes. Bonita says, woohoo! We did it. I think I'm going to make them limes. So I'm going to clean this squeegee because I can reuse it real quick since it's smaller. And we'll bust out our bumblebee again. And then I need to fuzz this one. So let's bring our towel in. Okay. So I'm just going to place this. Make sure I don't have any gaps to where I have some white edges. I can't get that lined up to save my life. That's going to have to do. Okie doke. So I have it on the slice. So I'm just going to use my bumblebee paste, and I'm going to do the same thing I did with the leaves. I'm going to chalk on one, pull it up, and put it back down on the other one. And you may have to dig some paste out of those holes. Okey-doke. And now because there is paste where those 2 holes are, so I do need to make sure I get those lined back up fairly well. That way I don't end up with yellow blobs of paste. Where they don't go in the middle of my lemon. Okay, so I think I have that down. Sorry, I hope I'm making sense. I'm not making sense to myself. So sometimes you can get 3 to 4 different pastes before you have to clean a transfer. I only usually do this with smaller transfers. I don't usually do it with larger transfers. But like small flowers or polka dots or stars, you can usually get away with it. And I'm just using the pokey end of my detail tool to help hold that down. Okay, so I've got a bunch of chalk paste in here to dig out. Oh, I missed a hole. I'm going to have to repaint that one. I missed a whole side. I'll go back in and fix that one here in a little bit. But I won't do that now. So I can clean my transfer, let it dry, and then I will go back in. You can see where I missed like the whole bottom. So I'll just replace my transfer, repaste it, but I'll do that after I get off and after I dry the transfer. That just goes to show you that boo-boos can be fixed. Okay, let's stack that away. I didn't end up using any wax. Put those away. Let's get out our ribbon. Yep, that's all dry. Okie doke. It comes with the cutest ribbon. So it comes with this canvas. It's a fairly thin canvas ribbon. And then you have this green gingham, kind of a green and natural gingham. You have this kind of gold color. You have an ivory rickrack. And then the cutest little yellow pom-pom ribbon. But you know, I couldn't stop there. So we're going to use some fabric strips. And I'm not going to use very many because we only have, just do 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just do 4 little sections and maybe a couple on the ends. So I'm going to cut the sewn edge of this off. So I just made a little slit and I'm literally just going to tear it off. And you could technically probably save that for something. So then on this edge, I'm just going to make like maybe a 1/2 inch slits. I'm going to start with 4. And I'm leaving the sewn edges on the ends, but you don't have to. I normally leave the sewn edges on all the edges, but I just decided for once to cut that one off. Okay, so then here's my green one, which I've already used that one. I used it for the cow tag last week. So we'll just cut 4 strips of this. Oops. Oopsie. No big. Okay, and then I think I'm going to cut these in half. I think I did. Okay. So then we have 8 strips of each. And you will get lots of little threads. Okie doke. So let's use this twine. This is the twine that comes in the kit. And I'm going to use my placement tape. You can use masking tape, washi tape. Oops, actually, let's use one of these pieces. So we don't have to waste. I already have it cut. So I'm just going to place this on the end and kind of twist it to create kind of a needle to help keep that edge of the twine from fraying. And I won't need to use all this because I think they gave you enough to add all of the pieces on. But I want to make sure that I have enough. So I'm going to go from back to front. And just, nope, I'm going to do this one next. Just because it has the least amount of yellow. Jason says my colors are outstanding. Well, those are the colors they sent me. Okay, so I have way more than I need. Okay, so we can pull some of this back through. Lots of it back through. I don't know how much space I want in between each one yet, but I think that's pretty good. Kind of depends on how much ribbon I end up using. Okay. So I'm not going to cut that end off yet, just because I'm not certain. Good grief. Okay, let's get these all divided. And then I'll try to get these ribbons cut about the same length. And I need 4 of them-ish. Oop. This pom-pom ribbon is super cute. Oops. Lost a pom-pom. Okay, so then let's use some of this gingham. I might cut that linen in half widthwise because it's pretty thick. I like this rickrack, it's pretty. Sorry, I swear I try to make quick projects, but they never turn out quick. And I decided not to do all of the cutouts because I knew that would take forever. But I do appreciate if you've hung on this long. In fact, I may not even use that canvas. That might be a bit much. I might save it. I don't know. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not for sure I can fit 6. Of course, I can space it out more. Let's see. That worked. Kind of curls it up a little bit, but that kind of adds to its character. Probably should have cut it, but it worked. Okie doke. Now we're ready. Okie doke. I think we'll start with a green. And again, if you've watched any of my garlands before, you fold your strip in half. I think my loop goes in the front, my tails go in the back, and I pull them through to the front. Yep. Because then it kind of looks a little bit like a bow tie. And then we need to do a yellow. Doesn't matter, we'll do this cream. Well, yeah. So we have more natural color than we do anything else. Same thing, fold it in half. Put your loop in the front. And this one's going to be a little bit trickier to pull, but it worked. So then we'll do a pom-pom. Same thing. Fold it in half. Loop in the front. This one's probably also going to be slightly tricky to pull. Kind of have to help it along. This one might be better to tie, but kind of just have to tuck everything in there. So then we'll do this green color. And I may not finish this all. I may just do a couple sections and then we'll hop off because nobody wants to watch me tie all this. Okay. Let's do this green one. And then we'll do the yellow one, the lemons. Actually, these two green ones are really kind of a bulky, wider ribbon. So I think I'm going to put the yellow one in between these two green ones. So I'm just going to pull that one apart, pull the green gingham down. That looks a little better. And then we'll do this ivory at the end. this lemon slice down a little bit. That is what we're left with. Of course, you can't see it very well. Okay, so I'm going to finish all this off camera because I've had you on for an hour. And I value your time as well as mine. But let's flip. I'm going to flip the camera back around and I will hold this section up so you can see kind of what it looks like. So I'll just continue that ribbon pattern all the way down the end of the garland, and then I will post a pic of this on my page, and I will show you the finished product when I've got it all done. But nobody wants to watch me tie ribbons for the next hour, so I'm going to go ahead and hop off. I will not be live this weekend. I do have an event this Saturday. If you happen to be in the Salina area, I will be a vendor at the Quartermania. It is a fundraiser for a local twirling club. They are raising funds to go to a national championship this summer, a national competition. So if you've never been to a Quartermania, they're a ton of fun. It's like bingo, an auction, and a raffle all kind of smashed together. They're a lot of fun. You can shop the vendors. Mother's Day is a week away, so that'd be a great way to shop the vendors for some unique Mother's Day gifts. So if you happen to be in town on Saturday, hop on by. But I won't be live because I'll be at that in-person event. So I've decided I can't do everything. So if I have an in-person event, then I won't go live that day. So I'll be live again on Monday, next Monday at 7:45 p.m. Central Time. If I don't see you between now and then, have a great evening and have a great rest of your week, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching.